Good evening, all of you. We'll continue with statistics. Today's topic is standard deviation. So all of you remain very attentive to this class because standard deviation, many of you did it in class 12. It was not there in class 10. So very important class today. We'll discuss about standard deviation. And then I will deal with one problem, and then we will be solving problems related to standard deviation thereafter. So please see the screen. All of you see the screen. What it appears is standard deviation. First of all, how to calculate the standard deviation. The procedure to calculate the standard deviation is given below. Step 1 is compute the mean for the given data. And second step is subtract the mean from each observation and calculate the square in each instance. Step number 3, find the mean of those square deviations. And step 4, finally take the square root obtained mean to get the standard deviation. I repeat once again, how to calculate the standard deviation. First of all, step 1 is compute the mean for the given data set. Step 2, subtract the mean from each observation and calculate the square in each instance. Step 3, find the mean of those square deviations. And finally, take the square root obtained mean to get the standard deviation. Now, this is all about standard deviation and how to calculate the standard deviation. Now, actually, a standard deviation is a measure of how dispersed the data is in relation to the mean. Low standard deviation means data are clustered around the mean, and high standard deviation indicates data are more spread out. I'll just show you the figure. You just see there are two figures you see. One is showing how the data are totally spread out. So low standard deviation means data are clustered around the mean. The first figure, the first figure indicates data that are more spread out. This is the data that are more spread out. So this is the mean and this is the standard deviation, more spread out. And you see this figure you see the bell-shaped one. Here, low standard deviation means data are clustered around the mean. So most of the data are clustered around the mean. This is the mean, and data are very close to the mean. Okay, now we'll directly move to the problem, today's question, and I'll just let you know how you should do all these things. See, there are two things to be found. Find the variance and standard deviation of 9 students whose heights in inches is given as under. Now, suppose there are 9 students whose heights in inches is given as 56, 65, 74, 75, 76, 77, 80, 81, and 91. Okay, you have to find the variance and the standard deviation of 9 students whose heights in inches is given as under. Now, here you see directly we will be moving to this set. Okay, and you just have a glance over it. Can we remove this? Okay, now look. So height in inches is given here. The entire thing is coming here to find the mean and find the standard deviation and variance. All of you just see this chart. So height in inches, 56, 65, 74, 75, 76, 77, 80, 81, and 91. So left hand side, extreme left, we have written these observations. Second step is you calculate the mean. Mean means what? Average. You try to remember what I say here. Mean is the average of all these numbers. So you have to add 56 plus 65 plus 74 plus 75 plus 76 plus 77, 80 plus 81 plus 91. That goes to 675. So what is the mean here? Mu. It is represented by mu. It is 675 divided by 9 is 75. So I think you got this step, mean, how to calculate mean. You add all the observations and divide it by number of observation. Here the number of observation is 9, so we got the mean. Third step, what you have to do is subtract mean from each data point, x minus mu. So x is height in inches, and we got the mean as 75. So here you see 56, here is 56 minus 75. So 56 minus 75 is how much? Is minus 19. Okay. So 56 minus 75 is minus 19. Then 65 minus 75. From where we are getting this minus 75? Because we got the mean mu as 75. So 65 minus 75 is minus 10. Again, 74 minus 75 is minus 1. Then 75 minus 75 is 0. 76 minus 75 is 1. Then 77 minus 75 is 2. Then 80 minus 75 is 5. And 81 minus 75 is 6. Then 91 minus 75 is 16. Could you follow? Now the results been given. Result is x. Now what you should do is square of this result, x. So if you square minus 19, you will get 361. 19 into 19 is 361. If you square minus 10, it is 100. Minus 1 square, you get 1. Then 0 square 0. Then 1 square 1. 2 square is 4. 5 square is 25. 6 square is 36. 16 square is 256. I hope you have understood this. Now, next step is sum of squares. So sum of squares, if you, then you have to add, you just see, you have to add these numbers. 361 plus 100 plus 1 plus 0 plus 1 plus 4 plus 25 plus 36 plus 256. This is the summation. Okay, that is the sum of squares. Now, if you add this 361 plus 100 plus 1 plus 0 plus 1 plus 4 plus 25 plus 36 plus 256, the result you get 784. So this is the primary work that you have to perform while for calculating the standard deviation. Then ultimately comes is the variance. Now, what is the formula for variance? What you have added, sum of squares divided by number of observation. This is the variance. So what did you get? Sum of squares. Sum of squares you got what? It is 784. And number of observation is 9. So variance is what? 87.1. Variance is what? 87.1. And what is standard deviation? Standard deviation is root of variance. That means if you square root 87.1, you get 9.3. So 9.3 is the standard deviation. 9.3 is the standard deviation. I hope all of you could follow this, what I wanted to express. So variance is 87.5. 87.1 and standard deviation is 9.3. We will be moving once again. I'll explain you once again. So elaborately I have done. Okay, you may miss some of these steps. You need not write some of these steps here. And to make it shorten, later on I will explain you once again. So what you need to find, you need to find standard deviation and variance. First of all, you find the variance and then find the standard deviation. So again, what was the question? Those of you who could not understand, let us see the question. What was the question? It is written in red ink. See, find the variance and standard deviation of 9 students whose heights in inches is given as under. So heights given 56, 65, 74, 75, 76, 77, 80, 81, and 91. So what you have to do, you have to follow a chart. And what is this chart about? You just see height in inches written. So I have written this, see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9 observations. First step, what you have to do, I'm repeating once again. What I had discussed before, I'm repeating once again so that you understand it better. Mean. How will you calculate mean? You have to add all the observations like 56 plus 65 plus 74 plus 75 plus 76 plus 77, 80, 81, and 91. You add it. So if you add, you get 675. And how to calculate the mean, which is represented by mu? It is 675 by 9. Why 9? Because there are 9 observations. Okay. Then third step, what you have to do, subtract mean from each data point. Subtract mean. What is the mean? Mean is 75. Subtract mean from each data point. So you see 56 minus 75. 75 is the mean. So 56 minus 75 result is what? Minus 19. Then 65 minus 75 is minus 10. Then 74. From where I'm getting this 74, you just see this extreme left. 74 minus mean. 74 minus 75 is minus 1. 75 minus 75 is 0. And 76 minus 75 is 1. Then 77 minus 75 is 2. 80 minus 75 is 5. 81 minus 75 is 6. 91 minus 75 is 16. Then what you should do? You should square each value. So minus 19 square is what? 361. Minus 10 square is 100. Minus 1 square is 1. 0 square is 0. 1 square is 1. 2 square is 4. 5 square is 25. 6 square is 36. And 16 square is 256. Now, next step, after you have squared each value, you find the sum of squares. Sum of squares is how much? So you have to add all these square each value. This x squared, 361 plus 100 plus 1 plus 0 plus 1 plus 4 plus 25 plus 36 plus 256. The sum of squares is how much? 784. So up to here you have to find. Then very easy to find the variance. What is variance? Sum of squares divided by number of observations. Sum of squares is you got 784. Number of observation is 9. So 784 divided by 9 is 87.1. And how to find standard deviation? Standard deviation is the root of variance. So root of 87.1 is your 9.3. Let's see the second example, which I have done for you. Now, I have reduced the steps. The steps being reduced. Now, in our previous sum, we had 9 observations. Now here in this sum, we have got only 5 observations. And the observations are 2, 3, 4, 7, 9. Calculate the standard deviation of the following observations. Suppose this is the question. So what you need to do here, calculate the mean. It is represented by x bar. Okay, some of the books write x bar, some of the books write mu. So whatever the situation, you have to first of all find the mean. So mean, how to calculate the mean? See, I have taken 2, then plus 3, then plus 4, plus 7, plus 9 divided by the number of observation. So 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 7 plus 9, we got 25. 25 by 5 is 5. So 5 is the mean. What is the next step that you have to do? So data point, I have written, say 2, 3, 4, 7, 9 has been given. Mean is this much. So what I have to do? I have to subtract the mean from the data point. So here you see, I have to subtract mean from the data point. So what is the data point x? So 2 minus 5. 2 minus 5 is minus 3. 3 minus 5 is minus 2. 4 minus 5 is minus 1. 7 minus 5 is 2. 9 minus 5 is 4. The next what I have to do? I have to square. I have to square the difference. So minus 3 square is 9. Minus 2 square is what? 4. Minus 1 square is 1. 2 square is 4. 4 square is 16. Now what you have to do? You have to add all the summation of the squares. So that is coming your 34. So how you calculate the variance? You just see. Now variance can be calculated by 34 divided by 5. Calculate the mean of the square differences. So you see 9 plus 4 plus 1 plus 4 plus 16 divided by 5. We already got 34 here. So 34 by 5 is the variance. And what is the standard deviation? As I said, first of all, you find the variance, and square root of the variance is the standard deviation. So root 6.8 is your 2.6. This is which is standard deviation. I would like to tell you how to calculate standard deviation of the following observation. So there are 5 observations. So these 5 observations, data point. First of all, to calculate variance and standard deviation, first of all, you calculate the mean. So how to calculate the mean? It is summation of all the observation divided by number of observation. So summation of all the observation, you see 2 plus 3, 5, 5 plus 4, 9, 9 plus 7 is your 16, 16 plus 9, you got 25, 25 by 5 is your 5. So then next step, what you have to do, whatever the observations are, you have to subtract the mean from each data point. So 2 minus 5 is what? Minus 3. 3 minus 5 is minus 2. 4 minus 5 is minus 1. 7 minus 5 is 2. 9 minus 5 is 4. Then what you need to do? You have to square of difference. So minus 3 is 9. Minus 2 is your minus 2 square is 4. Minus 1 square is 1. 2 here, 2 square is again 4. 4 square is 16. Now how to calculate variance? You have to add all these things. You summation. So summation is 9 plus 4 plus 1 plus 4 plus 16 is 34. Then what is variance? Variance is 34 divided by 5. So it is 6.8. And how to find standard deviation? Variance, you have got 6.8. So the square root of variance is the standard deviation. So square root of 6.8 is 2.6. Okay, sir. Formulae are there, so since it will be all MCQ type, so you need not solve and do it in a very shortcut method. So more precise, you just see. Compute the variance and standard deviation of the following observations of marks of 5 students of a tutorial group. So marks out of 25. So 8, 12, 13, 15, 22. What you will do? You will find the mean. How will you find the mean? You will add 8 plus 12 plus 13 plus 15 plus 22 by 5. You got what? You got 14. Then what you should do? From the data point, you must subtract 14. So 8 minus 14. You see, very shortcut we did. Slowly and steadily, we are going for the shortcut way. 8 minus 14 is minus 6. Okay. Could you follow? 12 minus 14, you got minus 2. 13 minus 14, we got minus 1. 15 minus 14, we got 1. And 22 minus 14, we got 8. What you have to do now? You have to square. Minus 6 square is 36. You just see. Minus 2 square is 4. Minus 1 square is 1. Again, 1 square is 1. 8 square is 64. What we have to do? we have to add summation of all the square, that is coming as 106. So what is the variance? 106 divided by 5, that is 21.2, and square root of 21.2 is the standard deviation, which is your 4.604. Repeat, I will repeat it once again. See, slowly and steadily, we have decreased the steps, thinking that you have already understood. Okay. So again, how to compute the variance and standard deviation of the following observation of marks of 5 students of a tutorial group. Marks out of 25 is 8, 12, 13, 15, 22. First step is what? You calculate the mean. How will you calculate the mean? You add all the observation. 8 plus 12 plus 13 plus 15 plus 22 divided by 5, you got 14. Next step is what? যেগুলো অবজারভেশন আছে সেখান থেকে তুমি কি বাদ দেবে বলো? মিনটা বাদ দেবে। এখন 8 থেকে যদি তুমি মিন কি আছে বলো? 14। তাহলে 8 থেকে যদি তুমি 14 বাদ দাও তাহলে কি আসবে বলো? 6 আসবে। 12 থেকে 14 বাদ দিলে -2 আসবে। 13 থেকে -14 বাদ দিলে -1 হবে। 15 থেকে 14 বাদ দিলে হবে 1, আর 22 থেকে -14 যদি করো আসবে 8। তারপর কি করতে হবে বলো? স্কোয়ার করে ফেলতে হবে। -6 কে যদি তুমি স্কোয়ার করো, 6 6 36 পাচ্ছ। -2 কে স্কোয়ার করলে 4 পাচ্ছ। -1 কে স্কোয়ার করলে 1 পাচ্ছ। 1 কে স্কোয়ার করলে 1 পাচ্ছ। 8 8 64। তারপর কি করতে হবে? যতগুলো স্কোয়ার তুমি পেলে সবগুলোকে অ্যাড করে ফেলো। 36 প্লাস 4 প্লাস 1 প্লাস 1 প্লাস 64 যদি তুমি অ্যাড করো তাহলে তুমি পাচ্ছ 106। এখন ভেরিয়েন্সটা কি করে বের করবে বলো? এই যে তুমি সাম অফ স্কোয়ারসটা পেলে 106, তার সঙ্গে মানে কি ডিভাইড দিতে হবে বলো? 9। তার সঙ্গে কি ডিভাইড দিতে হবে বলো? 5। কেননা অবজারভেশন কি আছে বলো? 5। number of observation is 5, তা 106 divided by 5 হচ্ছে কি 21.2। এটা এলো ভেরিয়েন্স। আর স্ট্যান্ডার্ড ডিভিয়েশন কি করে ক্যালকুলেট করবে? যখন তুমি ভ্যারিয়েন্স অলরেডি পেয়ে গেছো 21.2, তার স্কোয়ার রুট করলে পাবে স্ট্যান্ডার্ড ডিভিয়েশন, সেটা আসছে √21.2 করলে পরে আসছে 4.604। চলো আরেকটা দেখা যাক। সেম জিনিসটা আবার করেছি, কিন্তু এই অবজারভেশনটা একটু বড় আছে। Find the variance and standard deviation for the following data. কি করতে হবে বলো? কি করতে হবে বলো? 65, 68, 58, 44, 48, 45, 60, 62, 60, 50 এইভাবে করে সাজানো আছে। শুধু বলেছে ভ্যারিয়েন্স আর স্ট্যান্ডার্ড ডেভিয়েশনটা বের করতে। কি করবে তোমরা? হোয়াট ইউ শুড ডু ফার্স্ট, সবগুলোকে অ্যাড করবে। কেন অ্যাড করবে? তুমি মিন বের করতে চাও। তাহলে এখানে 10টা অবজারভেশন আছে, দেখো আছে কিনা 10টা অবজারভেশন। 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10। তাহলে সবগুলোকে তুমি যদি যোগ দাও তাহলে আসছে 560/10 এসছে 56। তারপর তুমি কি করে ভেরিয়েন্স আর স্ট্যান্ডার্ড ডেভিয়েশনটা বের করবে বলো? তাহলে দেখো এখানে 65 মানে কি? এগুলো হচ্ছে ডাটা পয়েন্ট। ডাটা পয়েন্ট থেকে কি বাদ দেবে? মিন বাদ দেবে। তাহলে 65 থেকে কি বাদ দেবে বলো? 56। 65 থেকে যদি 56 বাদ দাও আসবে 9। 58 মাইনাস 56 হবে 2। 68 মাইনাস 56 হবে 12। 44 মাইনাস 56 হবে -12। 48 মাইনাস 56 হবে -8। 45 মাইনাস 56 হবে -11। 60 মাইনাস 56, 60 থেকে 56 গেলে কত? 4। আবার 62 থেকে 56 গেলে কত? 6। আবার 60 থেকে 56 গেলে কত? 4। কেমন? আবার 50 থেকে 56 গেলে -6। পরবর্তী সময় কি করতে হবে বলো? যেগুলো ডিফারেন্স পেয়েছো তা স্কোয়ার করতে হবে। দেখাচ্ছে দেখো, 9 স্কোয়ার 81, 2 স্কোয়ার 4, 12 স্কোয়ার 144, -12 স্কোয়ার আসছে 144, -8 স্কোয়ার হচ্ছে 64, -11 আসছে 121। স্কোয়ার করে 4 স্কোয়ার হচ্ছে 16, 6 স্কোয়ার হচ্ছে গিয়ে 36, 4 স্কোয়ার হচ্ছে গিয়ে 16, -6 স্কোয়ার হচ্ছে 36। তাহলে তোমাকে কি বের করতে বলেছে বলো? ভেরিয়েন্সটা বের করতে বলেছে আর স্ট্যান্ডার্ড ডিভিয়েশন। ভেরিয়েন্সটা কি করে বের করবে বলো? সবগুলোকে অ্যাড দেবে, অ্যাড করো 81 প্লাস 4 প্লাস 144 প্লাস 144 64 121 16 36 16 36 কে অ্যাড, সবগুলোকে আমরা অ্যাড করেছি, অ্যাড করে পেলাম কত? 662। তাহলে ভেরিয়েন্সটা কি হলো বলো? 662 ডিভাইডেড বাই অবজারভেশন। অবজারভেশন কি আছে বলো? 10। তাহলে ভেরিয়েন্সটা হচ্ছে 662 ডিভাইডেড বাই 10 হচ্ছে 66.2। তাহলে স্ট্যান্ডার্ড ডিভিয়েশনটা কি হবে? ভ্যারিয়েন্সের স্কোয়ার রুট। তো ভ্যারিয়েন্সটা কত এসছে? 66.2, তার স্কোয়ার রুট হলো গিয়ে 8.13। তাহলে এই যে অঙ্কটা আছে, এই অঙ্কের ভ্যারিয়েন্সটা পেলাম আমরা 66.2 আর স্ট্যান্ডার্ড ডিভিয়েশন পেলাম 8.13। ঠিক আছে। Okay, sir, could you follow? So today this much, and I'll come back once again. I hope you have understood this class on standard deviation. Okay.